Welcome to Rooforia. This is a vlog where we talk about roofing, we talk about insurance restoration, we talk about sales training. So this is a segment, this is going to be part of the sales training program for Eagle Restoration. I am going to go over some objections that are commonly heard in the insurance restoration industry. So what is an objection? Let's first talk about that. So an objection is, it's a barrier, right, that's stopping you from closing. It is a concern that the customer has that you haven't covered adequately enough at that point, and so they're still nervous about it. You haven't allayed those fears in them yet. So the best defense to objections is a good offense, just as in any kind of sport, I guess. And if you call closing a sport, which I do, then great. So this is how we do it. We overcome the objections before they come. By doing this, how we do this is we are thorough with our presentation, right? When we are in the question phase, when we are critically listening, we're asking open-ended questions and we're pulling out their pain points. We need to be cognizant of these objections right here, because these are the things that are going to come up. These are the reasons they're not going to sign, right? So if we can go ahead and get that area covered while we're giving the presentation, just sneak this stuff in there, slide it in there, so that way anything that they were holding on to, something that this was their way out, right? This was their ticket to not having to sign, right? Because what we're doing is we're providing something that is good for them. They need it, right? They need our service. But people are reluctant. They're looking for a reason to disqualify you. I don't know if you've ever seen the little whatever presentation you'll see on Facebook or something, and it shows a teacher up at the chalkboard, and she does the multiplication table for nines, 1 times 9 up to 9 times 9, and she writes it on the board. And the very first one, she says 1 times 9 equals 8, and then she goes through 2 times 9 is 18, 3 times 9 is 27, and so on and so forth till she gets to 9 times 9 is 81, right? And now all the kids in the class, they're all kind of snickering, and you got a couple with their hands up. And she says, "Oh, it's Sally. You have a question?" She says, "You got the first one wrong. Number 1's wrong." And she said, "That's right. And I wanted to show you something. This is something that you can see. You see that I got 8 questions correct, 100%, no doubt about it. And I got 1 wrong. But did anybody say anything about those 8 that I got right? No. Y'all noticed the one thing I did wrong." So it's the same thing when we're out here in a sales situation, right? They're looking for the one thing. They're trying to find out one reason they can get out of it. One reason that they can say, well, I didn't sign. And really deep down, they know they're going to sign anyway with somebody. They know that this is going to happen, right? You happen to be in a great situation because you're right in front of them with the opportunity to take that business that they're going to do no matter what. They're going to do this, right? It's just a matter of who they're going to sign with. So they are in a position of luxury, right? Because they can choose who they want. So if you can make them feel comfortable and make them ready to go, put them in the right frame of mind. When you ask yes or no questions, make sure that the answer is yes. Don't ask them a question if you know the answer is no, because you want to build them up. They're used to saying yes. They're in the frame of mind of saying yes. So the mind of saying yes. So anyway, if we can overcome these objections before they even get to the table, great. And so I'm going to make you aware of these things right here so that there's stuff that we can say prior to getting to this point, you know. Now, always be closing. You're always looking for the close. If you feel like it's time, they're going to sign, they're ready to go, get that paperwork in front of them. I talk a lot, and sometimes I have to sense that it's time to shut up and give them the paperwork and let them sign before I talk my way out of the deal. A lot of people do that a lot of the time. So you've really got to have that spider sense that tells you when it's time to close, right? But always be looking for that. Now, in the meantime, if you don't feel like that's there, if for whatever reason there's something that's keeping you and the customer like polarized magnets pushing apart instead of coming together, right? If there's something like that going on, it's probably because one of these objections has not been overcome in your presentation, right? So now we're going to look at what these different objections are, and then we're going to come back through. I'm going to make more videos. I'll do one on each one so that we can, I might do a couple of them in a video. I think I'm going to stick to one at a time, though. That way, if you ever have any problems and you want to come back and look at that individually, it'll be easy for you. But anyway, so the most common objections that, I mean, and this isn't statistical. I didn't go verify all this and look it up and see what it is across the board. In my experience, these are the most common objections that I've come across, right? So the first one, I need 3 estimates. My insurance company told me to get 3 competing estimates from competitive roofers in the marketplace, right? Okay, that sounds reasonable, right? So, second one, will you be my deductible? You know, I don't have a lot of money, and you know, this is the second time I've had an insurance claim like this. And you know, last time I had a couple different guys, and you know, I chose the one that ate my deductible, so I didn't have to pay a deductible at all, and I got my roof for free. So you do that too, right? Okay, you'll come across that sometimes too, right? And that's about how you frame everything up from the beginning, right? You've got to set the expectation by framing everything, right? You've got to get it out there and put it out there so they know what they're walking into, so there's not a lot of questions. And when there are questions, maybe you've already answered that, no, we will not eat your deductible, all right? So they won't ask it if you've already framed it correctly, right? And you put your reasoning out there without being imposing or, you know, overly aggressive. All you're doing is educating them on the process and on what's legal, what's not legal, what we can do, what we can't do, how we can make things happen, right? So anyway, next one. I don't want my rates to go up. I don't want to file an insurance claim. My pipes blew up last winter and I had a claim, and I feel like if I have another claim right now, they're just going to cancel my insurance, and I just can't afford that, right? So that's one you can overcome. That one's pretty simple to overcome. The next one. Oh, well, my husband's a contractor. Hell yeah, we got this. Don't worry about it. Yeah, he's a contractor. He goes out and he works with his hands. He swings a hammer all day. Okay, cool. Next one. Oh, well, I just need to think about it. This is a big decision, and you know, I want to sleep on it. All right. I never make a decision on the day when something comes up like this. I want to take a look back and look everything over. Okay. Next one. Well, my husband isn't home right now, and I can't sign anything without him. That's just, you know, he makes the decisions. You know, I'm just happy housewife, and I just wash the dishes and stay home, watch the kids, and he would just flip out if I sign a contract. Okay. Next one. Well, my husband already looked. He jumped up there right after the storm. Yeah, we were worried about it, but he looked, and there's no damage. He didn't see anything up there, so we're good. Don't worry about it. Don't waste your time. Thanks anyway. Right? Okay. And the next one. Hey, this neighborhood's no soliciting, bub. You know you're not supposed to be knocking doors in here, right? Hey, I'm just letting you know, I'm not the asshole, which is a lie. That is the asshole that's going to call the cops on you, by the way. But anyway, I'm not a jerk. I wouldn't do that to you. But you know, some of these other guys, boy, I tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if right after you leave here, somebody's right on the phone calling the cops, because it's going to be that guy. Anyway, so now we will go back over these, and I'm going to go through and make some videos for you, individual. So if you want to come back and specifically look at one of these objections, you can. And that's all we got right now for you.